Welcome to the Obsidian Loft Minecraft podcast. This week on our 34th show, we discuss Pocket Minecraft, FTB Infinity, that's Feed the Beast, FTB Departed, still Feed the Beast, Dungeons, Active Camo, and more. I'm Jason Oakley, and this is my co-host, Will Tomkinson. Hey, Will.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
No Lady Beaver again.
No, she was, and then she wasn't, and then she was, and now she's not.
What?
And I just looked at my camera, and I should be like over here somewhere. But anyway,
You're always over the right. It hasn't changed since we first started.
I must have just bumped the tripod. I can just touch it with my foot, so I must have accidentally just bumped it and just then.
Well,
Anyway,
we heard you're a bit to the right.
Have we got things on other than Feed the Beast? No? Okay.
A lot
Been a
of
good
videos
Feed the
up.
Beast week.
Yep.
That should be a show. Feed the Beast week. Speaking of Feed the Beast, we have a Feed the Beast server.
But maybe not for much longer. We don't know. Who knows?
Well, we have a
Everyone's getting
server. It
sick
just
of
happens to
Infinity.
currently have Feed the Beast on it. It's about that time now where it's been up for a couple of months. Most people have got to end game and the server activity's dropped off, so it must be about time to put something new on there. So if you are on the server and you listen to the show, hit us up. What do you think would be a good pack? I'm thinking something a bit different this time. Maybe like...
What was that one that we did a couple of shows ago or something, and you start off with no dirt and magic crop things? And
yeah, there's a couple.
Did that
The
one have
you're probably
HQM?
thinking of is the one probably you're thinking of is regrowth.
yeah, did that have HQM?
It does have HQM.
That sounds alright. I'd like to do HQM one.
It's got the when nature goes missing, regrowth HQM pack without the common hardcore aspect of it. It's all really base level stuff at start. I mean, you can get pretty technical too, but it really starts off entry level. There's material energy cube, which is another sort of thing. There's crash landings, another style. So there's a few that we might sort of have a look at and see which way to go. And they've got other things too, like they've got the added a little bit more challenge. They've got the thing where you've got hydration and temperature levels and all that sort of stuff that you've got to monitor as well.
Was that in regrowth?
That's in regrowth, yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
We're gonna.
Is that one of those ones where you have to stand in the water to rehydrate yourself? Or was that just Terraracraft?
No, Terraformacraft.
Yeah.
No, that's you've got to actually. You can't stand in the water. You've got to actually
Drink.
drink water.
Get
which
a bucket
is a problem
of
because
water?
there isn't any when you start. So you've got to create water to drink water.
Ah.
So, yeah, it's pretty neat. So there's things like that.
Do you get like a bucket and fill it with water and then right click it or something?
Not a bucket. You have bottles. You can drink from bottles. Or you can build a camel pack, make a camel pack, and wear that. So there's a few, yeah. So we'll probably look at things like that, something a little bit different, or we might just put one on there and you can like it or not.
Feedback at obsidianloft.com, peeps. Send in something.
That's it. And don't forget too that the server is whitelisted no matter what we end up putting on there. So you'll need to hit us up at obsidianloft.com to get a whitelist. If you've been banned from servers for griefing and pissing people off, you won't be whitelisted. Just heads
We're
up.
going to keep our whitelist and blacklist across different servers.
Yeah, it kind of makes it easy to know who we can and can't trust. We got a good mob on there at the moment. I don't think we've had any trouble with griefing as far as I'm aware. So
I'm starting to wonder if we... I would like to have just Forge and not worry about Bukkit plugins, but Engine used to have a Forge plugin that would work with the Engine website. They stopped making that like a Minecraft 1.6 or something, and now they just do the Bukkit plugin, and you have to have some sort of Bukkit plugin system so that you can run that to connect Minecraft to your website, so that if people do stuff, it'll show up on the website, how many people are in game, and if somebody does something, it'll come on the website. You can manage stuff on the website. But I just, without Cauldron anymore, Cauldron's so old now, nobody's updating and they're not even patching it anymore because they're like, oh, what's the new one? Sponge is going to be really great, but it's still in beta and it doesn't do all the stuff and it's not compatible with Bukkit plugins anyway.
Well, what's MCAU? They've got to be running something.
I think they're just doing Spigot with Bukkit plugins. They don't connect to a website and they don't run Feed the Beast mods. They don't have any mods whatsoever. It's just Spigot with a couple of helper plugins, but they want it as vanilla as possible.
Yeah. Yep, that makes sense.
So
That makes sense.
Hurry up, Sponge or whoever you are, and get stuff going and make it compatible with all the stuff. All it needs to be compatible with is just one Bukkit plugin, and that's Engine. All the rest doesn't matter too much anymore with griefing and stuff, because we got really good people on there that don't grief, so you don't have to worry too much. And we tried all different griefing plugins, and they all work pretty well. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with the new one.
Speaking of MCAU, now these guys rely purely on donations like we do. We've just managed to get $100 to get our next lot of hard drive upgrades. But just reading MCAU's blog, and they've just got 200 CPU cores, 700 gig of RAM on 25 HP blades with 18 500 gig SSDs. So guys, I mean seriously, come on.
We got $100 and they've got a giant bladed server.
If we can have if we can have a quarter of a HP blade, I'd be
happy. Yeah. And most of this was, well, you of course, but you pay for maintenance of half of everything. And Crisis Core, which is Honheim, is a friend of Cat Meow Cat, so he started donating $5 a month like 8 months ago and has never switched it off, even though we can't do subscriptions anymore. But we still thank him. He's like, well, you know, I like the server and you guys do stuff that I like, so why not?
And he's basically a VIP, so if he requests something, we generally try and do it if it's practical, because he does help support the server. So
I mean, if he built a great big monument and he wanted to save that off into a schematic file, sure, we'll resurrect it wherever he wants.
Yep, that's it. It's one of the many perks we like to look after our subscribers. Unfortunately, people don't realise, and I know we're getting a bit off topic of not starting the show here, but people don't realise how much is involved in running. Even admittedly, we've got a fairly small entry-level server in terms of the world of servers out there.
Yep.
But it's still, and I have to thank WauloK for this because he's over this far more than I am. But the amount of back-end work that goes on, just keeping servers up and purging things and fixing bad plugins and updates, new stuff, and you just get corrupted chunks for no apparent reason and just random stuff. Not to mention the front end side of it, where you've got the actual building on the server to try and keep it active. Then you've got whitelisting and the moderating side of it, plus forums and stuff like that. Like,
you have to pay for the server plus the extra RAM that we got put in there, and we're going to expand the disk space so that we can have more podcasts and stuff to serve out instead of deleting episodes 1 to 20. So we've got some space back. So it's like, $80 to $100 a month minimum.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, we're not crying poor, and we're happy to do it for you guys. But what really annoys me is when you say you see it doesn't happen with the mob we've got now. They're pretty good, but occasionally you see it pop up on forums. I play on your server and I want this.
Yep.
It's like, well, good for you. Bye bye.
It's just what Joe Hockey said. It's the entitled generation, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. For once,
smart man, that one.
Well, you got that part of it right. Smart man's a bit of an
I couldn't keep a straight face. He's something, all right.
He's definitely something, like the rest of our politicians. Like, and on the topic of ages ago, when Mojang started enforcing their EULA so that you can't charge for extra things, Mojang decided to start charging for skin packs. But hey, we'll get to that later.
You can't charge for anything. Yeah, I think we mentioned that on the Xbox when I said, you get Xbox and you can pay 99 cents for a skin pack. Didn't Mojang say we hate microtransactions and it's never going to happen? Right? Well, Notch did, but they got rid of him, so...
Yeah, so that's Microsoft running now. They love microtransactions. Have you tried to use like Office 365?
They're getting the idea from EA.
Oh, and Codemasters, and a few of them are starting to do it now.
Crazy,
so annoying. But unfortunately, that's the way it's going.
You've played Minecraft for 1.4 hours. You need to invite 3 friends from Facebook to be able to continue to play for another 4 hours.
I'm waiting for it. I really am. I'm actually surprised it hasn't been done.
Microsoft have a big investment in Facebook already. They've put millions of dollars.
There was a server. I actually had a massive skyblock. I'd spent probably well over 100 hours on a skyblock on this server. And they updated to 1.18. I thought, hey, this is sweet. And then they made it so that voting is normally optional.
Yep.
and it's good if you do.
It is on ours.
But they made it so you had to vote. If you didn't vote, you couldn't
play.
You were teleported to spawn and locked up in spawn until you voted.
God.
So needless to say, I've never played on that server again. But
well, it's like for my daughter, she played what's his name, Sky Kid RS server, and you could pay to be a lifetime VIP for like $35 or something US. So I paid that so she could have all her perks and never have to pay anything again. 2 months later, they shut down the server, relaunched it, didn't keep any of those perks for anybody who'd already signed up, and said everybody is wiped, start again, and you can buy a new lifetime VIP pack. And I went, screw that for a joke. If you've already had people do that on your server and you shut that down and launch another one, copy them across. That's why we copy across our white list, we copy across our black list, keep everybody happy and the same. But
and we've ever been known to copy across spawns.
Yeah. we've got KMK made a really nice spawn.
An acronym did something once.
Yeah, several servers ago, and we just kept her spawn because it's really good. I think you did some of it too, didn't you?
Kat did most of it. I did bits and pieces, but
the only problem is every time we bring it into a new server, there's some of the blocks that don't line up because they hack things with the mod pack, so I have to go through and redo all of the doors because they fall off and all the signs.
That's still. I was playing a map the other day that was made in 1.8, and it just on importing the saves game. So you're not even putting across a world in MC Editor, and you're just importing the save game, and it still had broken doors.
Yep.
Like
and none of the signs have got anything on. Every time we start up, I'm like, what are all the rules that I made 6 months ago, and I have to put them all back on the signs?
I might take a screenshot of that one day.
I watched that. We did a video a while ago that's on our YouTube channel as our main home video, and it's got this is what our spawn looks like. It's got all the signs in there. I'm like, quick, write down what are all the things I got on that sign. Now I'll put it on the new one again. Yes. I suppose we better do a bit of news.
What is in the news?
Listen very carefully, I shall say this on once. Good morning. Minecraft Feed the Beast news. Pack updates. Short item on the docket this week. The updated Trident 110 is available on Curse Voice. We'll have to try that at some stage. Do a video on it. As well as our launcher as a non-recommended build. This version contains a big round of various mod updates such as open modular turrets. Say, what? Have you heard of this?
Yep.
Are you sitting little machine guns there to shoot people if they come to your house?
Sort of, yeah.
Ooh. And mobs?
Sort of.
Automatic mob shooter. Flans mod and Battle Gear 2. Feed the Beast Departed release date plus stream. The testing for Departed completed recently, and our own Watchful One has been making some last minute tweaks and changes. Thus, we're excited to announce that Departed's release date has been finalised. Travellers, your journey begins May 22nd. US date, no doubt, because it's probably only just beginning the 19th of February in America when we're just finishing.
Yeah, more than likely.
Like Trident, they'll also be hosting a release stream on the same day over on their Twitch account, which you can find on the Feed the Beast website, which recently got a bit of a facelift. They'll be having a pack showcase as well as developer and tester Q&A. Final broadcast time to be announced on Monday.
I've actually been fairly hanging out for this pack. It looks really awesome.
The one with the big tanks and Hackyolopters and stuff?
Departed.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like if you've ever watched Attack of the B-Team, I think they got a lot of inspiration from that because there's a lot of similar sort of mods, but
that's the one with
one step further.
Oh, not the tanks.
Not Attack of the B-Team. Crap, what's it called? No, it's not Attack of the B-Team. You're right. I can't think what it's called off the top of my head, but.
No, I was thinking of the one with the big tanks and planes that you fly around, but that's not this one, is it? This one is...
No, this is the one with all the different worlds and universes and
Well, that one looks interesting. Snail there.
yeah,
Lots of
and
different
interesting mobs and it's got the like what is it, the 14 different worlds or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We went through that last show.
yeah. So it looks pretty intense. So I'm actually really
They
hanging.
didn't
for
have
this
a
'cause-
HQM or stuff like that, did
No, not. Someone will do one, no doubt.
Yeah.
As it is, it's just good old fashioned open world. But I'm sure it will have. I'm sure it will have more stuff soon. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the 17 dimensions.
Yep.
Ascent of
Scent of a woman.
what's it called? It's got, here we go. That's right. It's got the Crostevia, Selve, Lands of Lathia, Ancient Cavern, Dustopia, Abyss, Haven, Mysterium, Item, all these sort of ones. So
Benalis.
you can the Grecken.
Ah, it's the Grecken! And L'Oreal. Maybe she's made for it.
So yeah, and the heap of mobs, and so yeah, it's a very different way to do a pack, I think, because it's basically all encompassing. They haven't left anything to the map makers per se, even though they are using mods that are available, but it's very tied in.
Yep.
So yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
Pocket Minecraft, the little one for Android and iPhone. There's a new MCPE snapshot out and it has skin packs. tomcc also says, we hope you don't find that the skin packs are too cash grabby, although we'll make a ton of money from it. They're optional and all. Optional? Yeah. We released...
so you can look like Steve or not, but you got to pay if you don't want to. Yeah.
We released build 0.11.0.11. Here's the changelog. We're getting closer to release now. So we have a look there. Wolves can now eat rotten flesh. Fishing rod can be watched in third person. We'll skip the bugs because who cares. Tweaks and other several changes in skin packs. Going back a version or two, skin packs available. Third person interactions are only available in front of the player. Increased creative mode interaction range. Burning mobs will set you on fire. Added magma cube spawn egg. Added gas spawn egg. Fishing rod now breaks connection between rider and ride. Earlier still, items can be swapped on the selection bar. Skin selection, player model rotation. Splashes on the title screen. Whoa. Implement a milk drinking to remove mob effects. Cave spider spawn egg. Furnaces drop one stack for each item, so splitting them up. Worked on multiplayer spawning. New features, skins. Added boats rideable by 2 mobs. New world edit screen. Rename worlds. Change game mode. Lock, unlock day cycle. Make old worlds infinite. Localization, fishing, and new kinds of fish. Added mob effects poison. Added redstone block to sawdust. Added grass path block. Added text formatting codes. Stone brick variants. Chiseled and cracked and mossy can now be crafted in survival. Zombies drop rotten flesh. Show server status and message of the day on the server entry screen. Added a hide button to the chat screen. Death messages. New mods. Squid spider jockeys now spawn. Cave spiders. Added bats. Added baby zombies and chicken jockeys. So this looks pretty cool.
Yes, as you can see there, I've actually got, thanks to, there's a fantastic little Android emulator now called Andy. And it lets you run stuff at such quality, like I can run this very easily in a full Android operating system on my desktop. And this is obviously...
Show us the remote,
Minecraft, yeah, and this is the reason I got it. So I'll fire up my phone here, and I'll just quickly load up Andy Remote, which is just a little app on your phone, which I can show you. There, it says connect to your server, so you just tap that, put your IP address in, and connect. And now what it does is, obviously, it's a remote, so if I switch back to there, I can control it with my phone, and I can use it as a controller. But the other neat thing about it is I don't even have to be in the same room, because as well as being a controller, it actually puts what you're seeing on the screen. So as well as playing the game on the computer, I'm actually seeing it on there as well. So I haven't even got to be in the same room as whatever I'm doing on the Android device.
Computer's playing the game by itself.
Yeah,
Freaky.
and the thing is, it does not only with Minecraft. Like I can go back to the desktop, and it does the same thing on my phone. It shows me. So if I flick across, you know, whatever I do on my phone, it actually. Whoops! If I don't press that button, whatever I do on my phone, it actually does on the desktop as well.
Nice.
So you can load stuff up. You can, you know, whatever you click on, it loads up in the emulator. And it's got pretty decent frame rates and stuff like that. So it's going to be really good for developers now. Don't have to use the stupid, what is it, the developer pack thing?
Emulators and stuff.
Yeah, you can just do it all on Andy now. And it runs, you know, proper version, like proper Android and all that sort of stuff now. And
it's got KitKat or something?
Yeah, it's running KitKat. It hasn't got the latest version of Minecraft on here. It's a couple of versions behind, I noticed. But one thing it doesn't do, it doesn't render the 2D text somehow.
So right now it should say Steve, or Jason, or something in the corner there flashing, right?
And we'll also should have a, you know, start button or something there. So you can see it.
Creative something.
Yeah. No idea what the creative is, but it's creative something.
That's very creative.
So, but yeah, no, I quite like it. I think it's probably it's better in real life than probably what you're seeing on the recording, because that's running over Skype as well. So you're probably going to get drop frames and stuff. But it's quite smooth. It's quite playable. I've played a couple of different games on here just for a bit of fun, and yeah, it's really, really good. So it means, so if you want to start up a PE server, for example, then you can start it up, and then you can actually log into it with this and make sure everything's doing, you know, what it should be doing and working properly and behaving the way it should. So no longer, and also if you've got kids and you're not sure if they want to play Minecraft, you can put the Pocket version of Minecraft on for free, because it's free to play the trial. And if you want to unlock that and go to the full version, you can do the, you know, the $3.95 or $4.95 or whatever it is to buy the full version of Minecraft. So they can, if you figured out a way to use joystick emulation, which I'm sure there would be, then you could basically give your kids a full version of Minecraft, which is probably equivalent, if not slightly better, than the Xbox 360 version for only a few bucks.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
So yes.
And what else do we have? Mod Pack Spotlight, Davy Jones Locker. Let's have a look at this. So this is on the Minecraft forum, of course. Today they feature Mod Pack Spotlight for very own Pterodactyl and Ice Fisher. Davy Jones Locker is a mod pack created by Teddy here, in the same vein as Skyblock or Agrarian Skies, so you like those. And so does KMKBA, Vampire Thingy and everything, whatever she wants to call herself this week. Modded Minecraft with extremely limited resources, asking of the player to make nearly everything out of nearly nothing. In Davy Jones Locker, your player is an undersea researcher who has outlived the rest of the world, which was destroyed by who knows what. The world as you know it has been flooded all the way to the build limit, and the waters erode the land all the way down to bedrock. You're tasked with surviving and rebuilding using only a few tools at your disposal: a single tree, some flints and some bone meal. Makes a very relaxing version of Agrarian Skies that can seem at times lonely. Currently the pack does not feature any sort of quest system or any direction at all, leaving the player to decide their own goals for themselves. While a player familiar with Agrarian Skies might know how to get started, those less versed may find themselves at a loss in creating even basic blocks or tools on their own. Beads come from artificial hives, machine parts must be crafted from bits of metal you find in synthetic dirt, and food must come from wild grass you spawn in with bone meal. As far as survival or goals go, you're given no direction and can take whatever technical path you choose. Whether you choose to drain the sea and rebuild the world, or to remain indoors and become the biggest and only technological mastermind in the world is up to you. How do you drain a sea, Mr. T, in a mod pack?
Depending on the mod pack, use either water pumps or sponges is the easiest way.
And the sea level will actually go down with the pump? I did not know.
Yeah, you've got to put a wall up. Obviously, you've got to break the infinite block cycle. But if you put a wall up, yeah. you can do it.
The setting and lore can invigorate the imagination, but currently leaves much of it to the imagination. It's an interesting and unique take on the lone survivor skyblock mode of telling a story that leaves itself available in drawing from several genres of ideas, from sci-fi adventure to survival horror. Despite its limited confines, much can happen in a little undersea base, but without a quest system or deeper lore, the player is left to come up with their own story as they could in any Minecraft adventure. Might be refreshing for others, but for us, we enjoy the sense of a plot in a mod pack. We don't care even about the reward, simply unlocking a new page of the book is enough. Closest thing you'll get to a hint is a sign that says 15x15x15 placed next to the ocean with nothing outside of it. However, the pack is not currently in its final form, and the pack creator has expressed interest in expanding the lore of the world, as well as possibly including at least a list of major goals for the player to accomplish. Teddy here is also open to suggestions and criticisms in DJL's forum thread, allowing players to have direct input as this pack develops. The only other issue that quickly crosses my mind is the trouble in expanding your base as needed. On one hand, this could simply be a slight increase to the challenge of building your world due to the difficulty in safely expanding the very far underwater, but with few materials and little space, growing more than a couple of trees at a time, for example, can be difficult in the early game. As it stands, Davy Jones Locker could at least be a map to play with your extreme survival skills in modded Minecraft, with a few new mods added in to further enrich the experience. There are more than 50 unique mods included to make sure the experience is set apart from Agrarian Skies. The mod that we are most excited to see in the list is Xeno's Reliquary. Do you know that one?
No,
Something that dropped out of existence for a while but has finally returned in its golden glory. This expensive mod lets you create incredibly useful items such as extended torch placer or a mirror that grants you teleportation powers. If I may say so myself, DJL has a potential to grow into a new intriguing...
I think that was a character in a movie once.
And deep adventure of reclaiming the land claimed by sea. Maybe next someone can make something a little fairy tale mod pack called Fiddler's Green. Stop saying things, how do I download this? Get it from the links provided on the Curse website.
I just downloaded it and downloaded 8 megs, so I'm not quite sure what that's about.
Tiny. That compression though.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something...
so as you can probably read in the big...
It says the server's 130 meg, but...
As you can probably read in this big writing here, Minecraft player named Mojang Suckstick gets pranked by Mojang. Those Mojang guys, right. Making username in a fit of rage can lead to some pretty silly situations. Just ask the Minecraft player who gave themselves the username Mojang Suckstick. A few years ago, Reddit user Jesse Mofo Rice had trouble logging into their Minecraft account. So instead of logging into their already existing one, they made a brand new one. With the name mentioned several times already, it was a username made in anger, sure, but this person actually rolled with the username for a few years, why not? Last weekend he tried logging into the account once more. This is when he noticed something was different. On the left hand side, the Mojang has his name. On the right hand side it says, "Welcome, no we don't." Suddenly Jesse's Minecraft username wasn't Mojang Sucks Dick, it was "No we don't." But Jesse hadn't changed their username. Mojang did. Mark Woodson, the support agent at Mojang, took responsibility for the prank in Reddit. I was actually looking for a username with somebody sucks whatever is already mentioned due to an unrelated report of harassment. Usually we let servers handle all moderation, but it was parent and kid, and well, I was just covering some bases. I never did find the username they reported. They couldn't remember the exact spelling, but I did find this gem. Glad Op was a good sport about it. Watson then explained that Mojang changed usernames are usually a result of very offensive handle, which of course makes sense. It's pretty hard to shock the support team, but we've got some fairly horrific names, and I'm not going to click on that link to see examples of any. Almost every time we'll leave the name alone, even if it has Mojang in it, and leave it up to the players to ban them. I prefer a light touch with the largely self-moderating community. This isn't the first time an offensive username has resulted in name-changing shenanigans. Back in February, a Minecraft player got turned into Fluffy Bunny 5 after bypassing Minecraft's word filter. And we won't even scroll down to that, so don't annoy Mojang with naughty names.
That's it.
Active camouflage in vanilla Minecraft? What's that about? Let's have a look. 148,144 command blocks. Predator chest plate, helmet, boots, and leggings. Yeah, you see he's standing on grass there, so his armor is green. As he goes for a walk on the sand, his armor is changing yellow. Into the water, his armor changes blue to match, help him camouflage. If he goes near a tree, it changes to a brown colour. Back on the stone, it goes grey. Don't fall in the water. There you go, on gravel he's turned grey. That's quite cool, right?
It's interesting. Interesting. It's not exactly a lightweight program.
There's all of the command blocks there. And you can see him just standing on the grass there. Green with green feet and brown head and shoulders to match the surroundings. I'll just jump ahead a bit there. You can see he's next to a grey tree, so his feet are green because they're near the green grass, and the top parts are grey because they're near a grey tree. As he moves along onto grey, and then he's near some podzol or whatever that is, he changes to the similar colour to that. Changes to dark brown for the trees next to it. That's pretty good. It's getting quite camouflaged there. Jump ahead a bit further. You can see some blue blocks there that he was next to, so change blue. He put down some purple wool. Now he's changing purple. And the best example is when he lines up next to a bunch of different coloured blocks. So he's on white blocks, then he's on green blocks, so he changes green. Brown blocks, changes brown. Dark green, changes dark green. Sponge, so he changes similar colour to that. Emerald and ice. So that's quite neat. And you can see here, of course, he's next to redstone light, so when it's off, he's dark colour. When it's on, he goes to a light colour to match, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. That's just a stupid amount.
It's a long way to go. Take that, Seth Bling.
Oh yeah, I mean, 27 million characters of code.
Who would want to type all of that?
I mean, how do you? Well, how do you type all that?
I know, right? Cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. It's been a very long time. Alright, dungeons in Minecraft and you. Dungeons have been a part of Minecraft since InfDev, but it didn't really take off in any form other than mossy cobblestone brick for some time, when they expanded into desert temples, underwater temples and others. As a sandbox game, Minecraft has never had much in the way of narrative direction, instead having a world with predefined if vague history, villages, zombies, witches in swamps and the like, and from there the player creates their own lore, their own world. One nice thing about dungeons has always been the exploration angle, finding one deep in the wilderness and seeing what lies inside. Jens Bergenstein says, working on upcoming features, a very new dungeon with blocks and mobs, very different from the other dungeons. I'm happy about it so far. He's got dungeons in quotes as well. It's interesting. As of part of 1.9 update, Jeb mentioned they were working on a new dungeon with new blocks and mobs, most recent one being Underwater Temple, complete with new blocks and some really creepy fish. Without embellishing on what may lie inside these new buildings, this brought an interesting question to mind. What do dungeons mean to you? Dungeons seem to have very little lore attached to them, insofar as there's no in-game writings about them or sentient guardians protecting them, but nonetheless they dot the landscape with enough frequency to merit some investigation. They're desert temples and aforementioned sunken temples, subterranean strongholds with portals to the end. Where do they come from? Who built them? No doubt this has been given some thought, and we're curious to see what theories may happen. What do you think, Mr. T? Time for some new exploration dungeons?
Maybe they need to fix up the ones they've got. I mean, you look at a spawn room. It's a 6x6 or thereabouts cube.
Yep.
Of mossy cobble. Like, it was great back in the day when mossy cobble wasn't a thing, but now you can craft mossy cobble in game. So
What about those ones that, we went looking for a portal to the end? I went with Misty on the current server. We finally found where it should be, the stronghold, but half of it was missing because of a ravine was put through it after it was created. And so he's like, from what I can tell, the end should be here. There should be a portal, but I can't find it anywhere. I think it's been dug out with this ravine, which should be the other way around. Do the ravine first before you put anything else in. But I did end up finding it up around the corner from where he'd been looking, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's there's a few other things they need to fix in the game first before they introduce any more. I mean, the Guardian Temples are pretty cool, but there's a lot more they could do with those.
Yep.
So they could fix the existing dungeons. They could make the spawns, the normal spawners. They could do something with those. For that matter, they could put like I know they've got the strongholds in the Nether, but I mean they could put some sort of dungeon or something in the Nether, or even in the end they could do something with.
Yep. Expand them a bit.
So that's it. I mean, they're focusing. I mean, given that 1.9 was supposed to be the what they call it, the battle update, or the whatever they called it. So now that's going to be the Travelers update. I don't know.
Bit of column D, all of the above, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Magic arrows would be something you might be interested in because you love your
I was
bow
just
and
reading
arrow.
about that actually.
This image was tweeted out earlier by Dinnerbone, albeit in a clever coded way. True to form, Minecraft fans didn't take long to unravel the cipher, and this image was discovered inside. No further information was given or suggested along with the image, but there's quite a lot going on in here. Some things immediately visible, arrows with different heads, or possibly coatings of material from the game, possibly including lava, glowstone, slime, either gunpowder or coal, and other possibilities. A quiver. While the sprite for a quiver was long in the original sprite sheet for Minecraft, has never seen any use and has not ever been legitimately acquirable in-game before. An extra empty slot next to quiver arrow boxes, possibly indicating a handheld shield slot.
Well, that would make sense if they're going to the dual wielding.
Yeah, you'd need one to hold the shield and one to shoot. Well, you couldn't use it with arrows because you kind of need two hands to do bow and arrow.
He's only using one hand to do it now, so... But yeah, that's the thing, like the dual wielding has been something they've been hinting at for a while, so maybe, I don't know, maybe.
Arrows have always had an interesting place in Minecraft, as they have never had a dedicated quiver or arrow slot, always accompanying the same inventory space as other items a character is carrying. By contrast, games like Skyrim and other TS titles, World of Warcraft and many others have dedicated arrows to their own space. Aside from freeing up some room, this has had other advantages as well, specifically the ability to choose what type of ammo, arrow in this case, the player wants to fire, selecting from different types with myriad effects ranging from poison to explosive and many others. If this is an indication of something to come in 1.9, it would be a very serious addition to archery in the game for years. Long as archery fallen on the wayside of swords in Minecraft, the latter can be made from many different primary materials, each with different strengths and weaknesses, while bows and arrows have always been wooden. Granted, you wouldn't make a bow out of gold or diamond, but exotic arrows not out of the question and highly useful. Possibilities here are seemingly endless. So, Mr. T, shields and arrows, quivers, new slots.
I mean, well, it's sort of, it's slightly redundant. I mean, the reason swords are so popular is because they are a shield as well.
Yep.
So if you block a creeper attack, a creeper explosion, or somebody else attacking you, your sword takes the durability instead of you taking the damage. To a point where, and I mean, if you've got a bow and if you've got punch for, fire, unbreaking, and power for, then it's one hit kills anything anyway. Yeah, so I mean but the downside, of course, with the bow is you don't have the blocking ability. So this could combine both those, I guess. I mean, I'm a fan of bow because I'm not very good at PvP, so I like the bow, or PvE even. The further the enemies are away from you, the better.
Yep.
So.
Sometimes I like just sitting up the top of a hill and shooting creepers down the bottom, and they're like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
Who did that? I can't see. My range of vision doesn't go that far. You sit there, or up the top of a parapet and shooting down at them where they can't get you, hiding away.
Well, you know, you can get the sniper challenge in Minecraft. You get the sniper achievement.
Oh, okay.
You got it's either 100 or 150 blocks away from a skeleton.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a hell of a trick shot to do, but it's pretty cool.
All right, and a Jack in the Box by Seth Bling. This one I thought was quite interesting, so we might have a look at that. I'll put a bit of noise on this one because you can hear what's happening.
Get it? Jack in the Box. Anyway, it does actually work. We've got a little crank here, and if you step right into the spot where the crank is, it'll start playing the music, and if you step away, it'll stop, so it works just like a crank. And when you get to the appropriate part of the song,
Boom.
creeper pops up. You just hit it to put it back
That's
down.
one
so
way
it'll
to
keep
scare you.
cranking the song away.
What do you think that crank's
And it'll
made
start
out of?
over
Been trying to figure it.
Again, once you do that, and then once you get to the appropriate part of the song again, just do it again. And so it's just reusable. Very simple concept. I just wanted to make something that very closely mirrored the actual Jack in the Box. I think it's pretty
Kinda
cool
looks
that you
like
can
a
step away
squid
and
leg.
stop and start playing
Oh,
the music.
yeah.
Otherwise,
How do you get that? Just
very,
one
very
leg,
simple
though?
concept. Not a lot
Oh,
to
no.
it. Not as complicated as some of my contraptions, but still pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun. He always comes up with fun, interesting things, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, it's one, I don't know. Normally, you could probably download the world and have a look at the. I mean, yeah, he's got all sorts of stuff. He's got roulette and yeah, this sort of stuff he does.
Yeah, we did the Hungry Zombies. That was a fun one. Giant zombies.
Creeping vines and yeah, no, he does some pretty cool stuff. Creeping vines is pretty neat too. If you ever get a chance to check that one out.
Mm-hmm. They keep growing around.
No, the vine basically it's like the old fashion of snakes in the old days.
Oh, okay.
And you'd basically put it down, and it just starts following you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always thought at one stage my next thing after doing the Insanity Run plugin would be a snake game where you run along and it leaves a trail behind you of like coloured wool, and other people have you're all stuck in constant run mode, and if you hit somebody else's wool, then you're out of the game. So it's like the Nokia snake game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might get a power up, say, and you get the chance to jump over somebody else's one, or you get immunity for a little bit or something like that. I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's all doable with command blocks now.
Anything's possible.
So that's it.
And something for the technical coder type people. Java coding Minecraft mods in Visual Studio. Microsoft recently announced that as part of its expansion of Visual Studio into other programming languages, a developer kit for Minecraft mods was now available for Visual Studio. Specifically, it's a forged wrapper that allows you to use Microsoft's Visual Studio as an alternative IDE to the commonly used Eclipse or IntelliJ. What does this mean for Minecraft mods? Let's get a few things out of the way, including rumours. OMG, Minecraft has official mod support now? No. The official modding API has not been released, and this wrapper, while incredibly useful and powerful, is not the API, nor an implication of the API's existence. On a strict technicality, modding Minecraft has never officially been supported, though it's never been actively discouraged or forbidden either. Wait, so what even is this? The Minecraft mod developer pack was created specifically to let people who write Minecraft mods do so inside Visual Studio instead of the popular ones, Eclipse, which is what I used. For programmers more familiar with Visual Studio's layout, methods and tools, this removes the dependency on the aforementioned IDEs to write mods for the game. Mod API? This is unfortunately not the API you're looking for. This is not the... or any implicit suggestion that it's coming via Visual Studio. Mojang is working with the plugin API independent of this project and has no direct bearing on the Visual Studio dev kit. And Dinnerbone says, just as a reminder, there is no official way to mod Minecraft and we still do not officially support mods. We're still working on the plugin API. For those with a bit more programming savvy, the dev kit was meant to be proof of concept that Visual Studio can now compile Java code as part of their expansion of Visual Studio into other languages. While the kit was never meant to be tied directly to Mojang or Minecraft itself, outside the ability to mod for it, it nonetheless provides another alternative for modders to write and compile code. If you're interested in giving a shot, you can get the dev click by going to the Microsoft website linked. So you can have a look at Minecraft forum to see that one. So, Mr. T, there's a bunch of news there.
Yes, given it's been a couple of weeks, I suppose.
3 weeks, I think, since we last did a show.
And it's all your fault.
Yes, all my fault. Blame my boss. I
Been
said to
working
him
too hard.
yesterday, I turned up at work at 8:30. He's like, what the hell are you doing here in the morning? I was like, I don't know, somebody made me come in at this time. He's like, I said, yeah, who makes these stupid rosters? He's like, oh, some idiot, which was him. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, don't forget to check out the Obsidian Loft site there. Join us, come have some fun, and something I've mentioned recently, we've upgraded to Infinity, Feed the Beast Infinity 141. So there were a lot of changes in 140 that we didn't talk about. 141 has a couple bug fixes, so we won't really worry about that. But 140 updated applied energistics, updated BD lib, fixed updated big reactors, Botania, added in some stuff, fixed a bunch of things, updated buildcraft, the 648, updated buildcraft compatible, updated chisel, updated code chicken lib, custom main menu, draconic evolution, which Mitzi used quite a lot, he liked that. Fixed a bunch of things in there, updated Ender IO, updated Ender Tech, Ender Zoo, extra utilities, Fastcraft, which we don't use because we have a server, Forestry, Forge Multi-Part Gendustry, iChun Utils, Industrial Craft, Inventory Tweaks, Logistic Pipes, Magic Bees, Mobius Core, Mistcraft, Open Blocks, Open Modlib, Open Peripheral, Opus, RF Tools, and Runic Dungeons, Solar Expansion, Steve's Add-ons, Thermic Energistics, Thermic Tinkerer, Thermal Dynamics, Twilight Forest, WauloK, Aroma Backup, Pam's Harvest Craft, Project Red, Railcraft, Runic Dungeons, Thermic Foundation, and Witchery. And we'd think about updating to 151, which is the latest recommended, but since we might be going to another server, who knows? They updated Ender Zoo in that one, and 150 did it have much? Portal Gun. Oh, they added Portal Gun, Mr. T.
Did they?
You always liked that one.
I didn't see that.
Disabled Mobius Core. Replace Open Peripheral all in one with individual mods. Updated Bibliocraft, Blood Magic, Botania. What else? Buildcraft, Carpenter's Blocks, Chicken Chunks, Code Chicken Core, Code Chicken Lib, COH Core, Dense Ores. Draconic Evolution again, Ender Storage, Ender Tech, Ender Zoo. Extra TIC, extra utilities, Forestry, Forge, Multi-Part Industry, MEC2 Nuclear Control, Industrial Craft, Impure Core, Logistic Pipes, Magic Bees, Mine Factory, Morpheus, Mr. TJP Core, Mistcraft. NEI add-ons, NEI integration, Nether Ores, not enough items. Open Blocks, Open Modlib, Pam's Harvest Craft, with a bunch of changes there. Sausage in bread name typo. Project Red, Railcraft, Redstone Arsenal, Resource Loader, RF Tools. What else? Runic Dungeon, Steve's Add-ons, Stormy Tinkerer, Thermodynamics, Thermal Expansion, Thermal Foundation, Tinker's Construct Toolkit, Tips, Witchery, and that's it. So, missing Wolfman hand in first person mode is visible once more. What?
Because everyone needs that.
So Mr. T's having a bit of wander around spawn. We'll just switch over and have a look at that. Give us an intro, Mr. T.
So yeah, this is our spawn building, which if you've played on any of our servers, you'll recognise this part doesn't really change because it works out really well and it's easy to do, so we just leave it. But over here we've got, this is really hard. I don't normally use third person, but so yeah, so you can see in here we've got, great, here we go, it's not going to work well, is it?
Yeah.
Nope. Nope, sort of, no, yep, there we go. So you can see this is our portal room in here. And we'll come for a wander over here. Let's see. This is our, I guess, guest house with bibliocraft and decocraft.
R2D2 set.
Yeah. And let's see if I can do this. We come down here. And we come down here. And then we go in here and we've got a shower. Which is pretty cool. Hand basin and stuff like that. I mean, this particular house is completely non-functioning, but
So are you.
fun. Yeah, apparently.
Did you see there's a spa off to the right?
And no,
Follow the torches to your left there. I built that with noobs. No, down. Just go straight.
yeah,
Across
over
there.
here.
Yep.
Spa house. Oh, that's cool. Hey. One spa, one hot spa. Pam's relaxation spa. Fair enough. And out. And then we go over here, and this has got I love these smokers. They're really cool.
Yep.
And you know, we got a dog. All the obligatory gnomes and all that sort of stuff that you can't.
If you have a
really
look
see.
to the left, there's a sign for something specific. And then you have a look to the right, there's a sign for something other specific, depending on which
Yep.
way you take when you go through the door.
That's it. So one has, which actually haven't got many broken ones today.
Oh.
And here you've got this one. Got an enchanting room with the leaves of transformation doing their thing up there. I've always loved these things. I reckon they look cool. So
Yeah, that was Noob's idea. She's like, you know, they got this thing that does sparkly stuff. I was like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. I
So,
always have one
yeah.
of those gigantic trees near spawn.
yeah, it's just a sort of a rule you need. And I mean, I haven't been doing a lot back at my island. I've just random egg. I've just we have taken Mistcraft out, which is annoying because I had like 15 worlds.
But it's not
But,
compatible with our forge, and they're not going to make
that's it.
another forge, and they're not going to make compatible. Cauldron.
So, despite I had a few issues which updated.
Oh, that's
two
right. We
problems.
went through here, and you had your was it werewolf villages? and
Yeah.
stuff?
So I found if
Sleeping
you can
villages.
find them to a one by space, they can't lay down. So if they don't lay down, they won't glitch out. And they turn into werewolves on a full moon, but they transform back. Once the full moon's over, so that's okay. The other issue I had was there's a villager up there, and there's another one inside there, and there's one over here. There's a whole heap of them over there as well, but some of those were Mistcraft villages. So when we got rid of the Mistcraft pack,
Oh no! I didn't know they
the
had
villages
specific
actually-
ones for Mistcraft.
Yeah, well, neither did I, but they do, because once we got rid of the Mistcraft pack, these villages disappeared, and my iron farm stopped working because there was no longer a villager, and I'm like, what's going on here? And
Didn't you
it
have
turns
enough
out
iron?
that's... Well, yeah, but that's not... It turns out that's what happened. So my mob drop's not doing too bad, given that I'm not really usually around close enough for mobs to spawn.
Yep.
My iron, there's a spot loader in here, so my iron keeps going. Let's see what my iron count's doing. So I have basically 150,000 ingots.
Yep.
I've got 36,000 flowers
Mhm.
and 7,500 blocks. So iron is not currently a problem I'm having. So yeah. So I haven't really been up to much. I did get the this working, which is pretty neat. I got the
What have I got on my head?
yeah.
Adam.
Adam or something?
Up and
So-
Adam.
So yeah, I got that working, which is pretty neat. You have to use, to make it that length, you have to use the advanced. There's two different ones. There's normal drawbridge, then extended drawbridge. So to make them work that length, you have to use the extended drawbridge.
Yep.
I'm using that with the wireless, the wireless redstone as well. So I've got a handheld remote that I can open and close it with. Now you have a cat. Fishing
fish.
cat. Teach a cat to fish and never go hungry or something. Fish!
Today's fish is trout yellow cream.
So yeah, so that's, I haven't been doing a lot here, but I haven't been on this server much lately because I can't use the work computer. It doesn't work on the work computer anymore because the work computer's RS.
Oh.
It barely plays vanilla Minecraft at the moment. So I have to wait till I get home, and I've been having computer issues.
Your chicken's still over there.
Yeah, I know. I've been having a stupid amount of computer problems.
Which you fixed.
Hooray. Thought it was Skype, Skype was causing the problem, but not the cause of the problem.
Yeah, Skype
the
was
cause
playing.
of the problem was actually my backup software for my online backup. So currently I don't have that backing up until I can find out what the hell was going on with that.
That's crazy.
So that was really bizarre, and we're having trouble all day today. We just went to a new invoicing program at work.
Yep.
And all day it just flaked out and we could not figure out what was going on. And it turns out, AVG.
Oh no.
What was happening was the program was opening, AVG had scanned it and
Kill it.
didn't recognise it, so it closed it.
What about Avast?
Same thing. We had the previous version installed on Friday, which was fine, and we decided to upgrade.
Well, there's your problem.
Well, we had to upgrade because the email in the old client, the email wouldn't allow email addresses longer than 14 characters.
What?
Yeah, he had it wrong. The field allowed 40, but there was a text block at 14 characters.
Yep.
So he brought out a patch, which all it did was change that. That's the only thing the patch was different. But it wouldn't work. And we spent hours trying to figure out what it was, and then I booted into clean mode, which didn't have anything up running in the background. And that was when we discovered that, it was the virus scanner causing it,
Okay.
even though it was exactly the same as the other program.
Oh, there we go.
So, get into the chopper.
Get into the chopper. Come with me if you want to live.
So, yeah. So it's
There
all
you go.
been happening.
Eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, catch them in a hopper or something.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
There's some over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ow! And you didn't even get a chook out of it. Ow!
Did you actually take that? You take damage?
Don't think so. Hang on.
It's probably like snowballs.
The hearts flash, but nothing happens. There's a chicken!
You just go burst to a chill.
This,
So, yeah.
this sheep's got a fez on it. Must be a Doctor Who one. Fezzes are cool.
There's sheep. Is that like a...
There's the Doctor in it.
What do you got going? Oh, you
This
got
one's
one of
got
those.
a turkey on his head, is it?
This one's wearing a sippy cup.
This one's got a turkey.
What are you, Mr. Bean Cow?
Could be a face hugger from Alien. John Hurt. Not again.
Yeah. What was that in? Was that...
Spaceballs.
That's right, yeah. Oh dear. Alright, well I reckon we've run way too long, so people, don't forget, if you want to hear us crap on even more, check out Old Fart Geeks.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
We'll have something coming up there
And
soon.
if you still can't get enough of us, check out Aussie Tech Heads.
Yeah.
All the places that we're on. So yeah, so check those out, and yeah, I have to switch over to my other screen now.
Yep.
So that I can bring up my show notes, because that's the way I roll.
So come and join us soon on our main server at mc.obsidianloft.com. Whatever mod pack will be running soon.
We shall let you know.
I guess it'll be this weekend that I'll have some time to be able to do something there.
Yep, we'll throw it up on obsidianloft.com and let you guys know what we're up to.
Yep, and don't forget to visit our website here. Just have another quick look at that. Obsidian, www.obsidianloft.com, obsidinloft.com, and come join the gang. Have a lot of fun, and don't be a griefer, or Mr. T will get cranky at you, and you don't want Mr. T cranky at you. It's not good when he's cranky. He gets a headache.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, it's not for your benefit. I don't want you to get cranky. Oh dear.
Thanks for listening and watching another episode of the Obsidian Loft Minecraft podcast. Make sure you subscribe in iTunes or your other favourite podcast application. You can also watch our show on YouTube. Maybe you already are. At youtube.com/theobsidianloft. And don't forget to subscribe so you keep up to date with our shows. Subscribe, like, press those things down there, and say hello.
It really helps us out. Even if you don't like the show, click on the don't like, because the way YouTube ratings work is it's all feedback, so it's all classed as beneficial. So if you like it or not, whatever, give us your honest opinion, and it really helps us out.
If you wish to email us and provide comments or suggestions for our show, contact us at feedback@obsidianloft.com.
Yes, sir. You can also email us specifically, WauloK at WAULOK, and Mr. Tomkinson, mrtomkinson, WAULOK, yeah, I said it right, at obsidianloft.com.
Who's that guy?
I just looked at it, I'm like, hang on, that's not right, but it is. It's perfectly fine. You can follow us on the Twitters also. Our accounts are at WauloK and at Mr. Tomkinson. Please see previous spelling. And our show's account is at Obsidian Loft. Music for our show is provided by Jeff Burchett.
Yay,
and
Jeff.
Music.
Jeff's awesome.
And he does a good job. And thanks for listening, and until next time, keep mining.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Dr. Nick.
Time to nick off.